Michelle Obama is a man. Am I right, America?
It's not just that the UFC fighter said Michelle Obama is a man. That's disgusting enough. But Trump apparently was right there. I didn't see it happen, but apparently Trump was right there in the vicinity. Did he immediately grab the microphone and say, hey, that's not a good thing to say, that's a horrible thing to say? Do any of you remember what happened when Senator John McCain, when he was campaigning against Obama for the presidency, and a woman in the audience started to disparage Obama as a Muslim? John McCain went into the audience, physically took the microphone from the woman and said, no ma'am, no ma'am. Senator Obama is a good family man. We just happen to disagree about certain policies. Senator John McCain was a war hero and he had class. Donald Trump is a draft dodger who has no class, never has shown any class. And by the way, of course, Trump literally put down John McCain's service and said he was not a war hero because he was captured. As I've been saying for years, Donald Trump is a piece of shit. Oh, and by the way, it's now a couple of days later, the White House has still not pushed back on the Michelle Obama incident. How pathetic is that?
Obama is overreacting and making a big deal out of nothing. I was just joking with her, just a harmless comment with no bad intent, but she took it and framed it as racism and a personal attack, which is not how I meant it at all. I'll admit, saying that inside the White House wasn't very respectful. But anyone who knows me knows I've always made jokes like this after winning matches or in casual situations. It's just how I talk sometimes. I've even said worse things before, and it was never turned into something this serious. I was just trying to lighten the mood a bit. What I said is nothing close to the kind of trash talk athletes throw at each other before games. So I don't understand why this one comment is being singled out. Is it because her last name is Obama? Or because of her skin color? When did everything in the U.S. start getting turned into racial politics like this? I can apologize and accept consequences if needed, but I still don't think I did anything wrong.
You know what's crazy is how we are seeing some of these white people who are so much obsessed with Michelle Obama. I don't really know what Michelle Obama did to you wrong, but as much as I can say you're obsessed with her because she is that person that neither of your first lady can never be. There's a recent scenario that happened. Josh Hawkett, he's a boxer, and he used, his post-fight victory statement and say that Michelle Obama is a man. Well, later on he goes ahead by saying that, that was just a joke. But we all know that this is an insult. A possible lawsuit for defamation. That's what is really happening. But at the end of the day, we are going to look at a broader psychological level of how these people think. Because when we have black people that whose black excellence, they always get raged. And we have seen this for a long time. Anytime we have an excellence, we have a black excellence, we have educated black people, we have outstanding black people. Yes, these will always make some white people cringe. And perfect example is what Josh Hawkett did. Standing in front of everyone and insulting former first lady. That really doesn't sit back well with the majority of people. With how Michelle Obama has touched the lives of different people, that doesn't sit well. Brothers and sisters, people talked about this because this is something that was done. It was so embarrassing, but at the end of the day, people are not surprised that this is happening and this is coming from a white person. But hey, I want us to watch this video, then I'll be back. I'll be sharing my thoughts in regards to this. And if you're watching me for the first time, I'm your host and present hygienic stories. But until then, let's watch the video. I'll be back.
Just so we're all clear, the reason these men make jokes about black women, specifically dark-skinned black women, being men, is because they want to encourage violence against black women. Because, see, when you attribute masculine qualities to a black woman, then other men feel like it's okay for them to attack and be violent, whether online or physically, towards black women. And that's always been the case. That is why they've always made these jokes about Michelle Obama, because they can't stand how beautiful she is and the fact that she's able to accomplish so much so gracefully. And the platform that he used to say this is not coincidental. It's not a coincidence that he said it on a platform after winning a sport that is very violent. And the last thing I'll say is that this is strategic. They know that Michelle Obama could potentially run for president and win 2 terms. And they don't want that. So they're starting early with the smear campaign. Even though she said she doesn't plan to run for president, they don't even want to take the chance because they already know that a woman who is qualified or as qualified as her running for president would run circles around them. And being a mediocre white man would no longer be okay.
I need Michelle Obama to go low at least one time in my lifetime because the amount of disrespect that this woman gets. And someone had tweeted that, yeah, like we respect her for always taking the high road because I don't know how she does it. But if she ever decides to go low, we're going to go low with her. And because when she goes low, I want her to sue the shit out of the UFC, sue whoever that boxer was, just sue them for defamation because I'm getting tired for her. I'm exhausted for her, and I cannot imagine what it's like to just be living this life where I'm helping people actively. I've accomplished so much, and to be constantly disrespected by people who can't even be in the same room with me. So Michelle Obama, please go low one time. I guarantee you we are all going to back and support you because this is ridiculous.
And the only reason they think Michelle Obama looked like a man is because they're attracted to kids. Yeah, I'm talking Disney Channel. PBS Kids. That's what they feel like a woman's body should look like. The body of a little girl. So you got to watch those people. You got to be careful around those people. The people who agree with that statement, those are the people you need to watch because they're basically just letting you know they're attracted to children. You see what I'm saying? So you got to understand the mentality of certain people. You know what I'm saying? Once you understand the mentality of certain people, the things that come out their mouth will no longer frustrate you. You see what I'm saying? It's easier to digest once you understand that this person has the mentality of somebody who likes little girls. And I don't want to agree with anything that a person that likes children agrees with. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, I don't agree with you on something like this. Of course, what you say is going to sound absurd to me. You feel me?
And when Michelle Obama files a defamation lawsuit, just like the First Lady of France filed a defamation lawsuit against Candace Owens, I don't want to hear not a single complaint, none. Now, in case you missed it, this UFC fighter won his fight at the White House last night, which is already a sentence I never thought I would say. And then he got on stage and said this.
Michelle Obama is a man. Am I right, America?
Matter of fact, my crew, make sure y'all screen record that. Save it, download it, put it on a flash drive. The Obamas might need it for discovery because let's say Michelle Obama wakes up one morning and chooses violence. Legal violence, that is. She files a lawsuit and says, I'm not a man. You knew I wasn't a man. You said it publicly anyway, and now millions of people are repeating it. Congratulations, we have checked several boxes on our defamation worksheet. Now, am I saying she would win the lawsuit? I have no idea. I've been told y'all, my name is not Maxine Shaw, attorney at law. Do I think a case like that could survive a motion to dismiss and make his life extremely expensive for a while? Why, yes, I do. And I'm not saying that this UFC fighter is broke. I'm sure he's doing very well financially. I don't know if he has Michelle and Barack Obama money, you understand that? Because I know you thought you were being funny with that dusty, crusty, been sitting in the attic since 2008 joke, but what happens if Michelle Obama wants to be hilarious? What happens if she decides that the punchline to the joke is your legal fees? Good luck.
Calling Michelle Obama a former first lady, a man on live TV on the White House lawn is so insanely fucking disrespectful.
Michelle Obama is a man. Am I right, America?
This is not liberal snowflake propaganda. There is a big difference between what this UFC fighter did and a comedian telling an offensive joke. You go to a comedy show understanding that the boundaries are going to be pushed. That is literally their job. In the words of the great late Patrice O'Neal, half the room should be in utter disgust, shock, and fucking hating your guts, and the other half should be dying of laughter. And if this was a regular UFC fight in like Abu Dhabi or some bullshit and he got on the mic and said that, whatever. He's just rage baiting, trying to be controversial, you know, trying to be put on the next title card by Mr. Daddy Dana White. But you were on the White House lawn in an event that was already publicly ostracized because it feels like a circus act, but y'all are saying it represents freedom and everything that's great about America. Okay, cool. They were great fights, yes. But you're on the White House lawn and then you publicly insult a former first lady from 2 administrations ago? For fucking what? Roles reverse. What if the NBA in 8 years and 2 administrations hosts an NBA game on the White House lawn and then Victor Wembanyama gets on the mic and he says, yeah, well, Melania Trump, she's a dumb cow. That'd be fucked up.
MMA fighter Josh Hokett yelling Michelle Obama is a man on national television at the White House is beyond disrespectful. It's low-key racist, very misogynistic, and kind of transphobic. Just imagine being this obsessed with the Obamas, let alone Michelle Obama, who has done nothing to deserve this level of disrespect. If you really don't care about someone, their existence would pay you no mind, and any thought of them would never cross your mind because you don't like them. So grow up and move on.
You don't know Michelle Obama, so how are you gonna call her a man and then say you were joking when you said it, like you were just joking back and forth between friends? Y'all are not friends. You've never even been in the same room as Michelle Obama. And then when Michelle called it out for what it is, this is racism, then you want to say, oh no, it was just a joke. It wasn't supposed to be racist. And now he wants to say that she's overreacting. You must have got hit one too many times in the head, because first off, that's not even a joke. Where's the joke in that? You just called her a man. Where's the joke? The fact that you were fighting at the White House and you won and your first thought was about Michelle Obama, is that not weird? Like, is that not weird? Your first thought was to call Michelle Obama a man? Like, in your victory speech, where you could thank your family, you can thank anybody, but you chose to instead call Michelle Obama a man. Someone who seeks to manipulate or control a narrative will always go for your reaction before they consider that they might possibly be the problem and it might be their own actions. I just feel like if you're gonna do that, say it with your chest and stand on it. Say, yeah, Michelle Obama is a man, and I said that. Don't go and say, oh no, you're overreacting, it was just a joke, I didn't mean it. Weak as hell, and I hope you lose every fight from now on.
You drop the Michelle Obama line, and I'm sitting there thinking like, why? Why did we have to go there? You're not going to fight with Michelle Obama. This is not a fight. This is not a planting of a seed like Alex Prayer.
I thought I was giving her a compliment.
I don't think anyone viewed
Michelle
it as such.
Obama being a man, that's like she knows how to deal with adversity. You know, she knows how to work hard like a man. You know, when the times get tough. You know, the
why does that come to mind in that moment? Like, you just got this massive win. Of all the things you can say, why even go there?
I thought it was a perfect opportunity to, you know, show the world how great this country is with the freedom of speech. You know, you go somewhere and you say something like that and you die, you know. And I'm not suicidal, by the way. There's a certain side that pokes at another side, and there's no outrage there, and so I thought it was a perfect time to take a jab.
Do you regret saying it?
Oh, never. That's one thing about my career. I'm never gonna you know, man, I think I was watching a Cejudo video, and he was like, that's one thing I regret, is like all the stuff I did. Or you hear people backtrack, even the Strickland post-fight speech where he was like, I'm trying to sell the fight and I don't mean the things I say. I mean, you'll never hear me backtrack from what I say.
Josh Hogan won the biggest fight of his career at the White House and decided to finish with an interview calling Michelle Obama a man.
Yeah, that's why I said, man.
I mean, bro. Look, you did, and I'm glad. I didn't see it because I didn't have any sound on it. But I was, strolling through Twitter, and then I saw that I was like, damn, he said that on thing, and then I got it. It didn't get the response that he hoped that it was going to get. I mean, so so now you take that platform. So I just want to make sure. I want to make sure there's a certain network that says athletes shouldn't, don't bring sports into politics into sports.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I think the thing is that she happened to be low-hanging fruit. They know that woman, she's not that, but it's good. Yeah. Just like they know that man was born in America. And the man that pushed that. Now, they hate lies and they hate conspiracy theories, but they pushed one for over a decade. But that was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool. President Obama should have, you know what he should have done? President Obama, when he got into office, he should have filed a defamation, and for $100 billion, and then have his Justice Department to pay it off. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
If I'm Michelle Obama, that's what I'd have done too. Oh, y'all say I wasn't born here. Y'all say my birth certificate bogus. Okay, here we go, right here. Boom. Y'all say I'm a man. Okay, here it is, right here. Boom. Now this is gonna cost you $100 billion. All right, Justice Department, pay it off. Oh, you know what? We don't think like that, because each department's supposed to be separate. Legislative independent, judicial independent, executive independent. The Department of Justice is not supposed to work for an individual. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, but it ruined the look. He won the fight. He beat Derek Lewis. I thought the extra stuff at the end was unnecessary. If you want to talk about an individual, fine, the guy that I'm fighting. But when you go outside and you try to take a jab at something, bro, come on, bro. You're not that funny. You're not that entertaining. And nobody thought you were funny. It's easy. And all you did was perpetuate a racial stereotype that you've been saying for years. Yeah. They said the same thing about Venus and Serena. Every time a black woman becomes something, some people from that side try to take a shot at them. It's been going on. I mean, when is it going to be enough?
Never.
You don't see, we get in position, we don't do anything like that. We don't take no shots at nobody like that. But they do it all the time, and it's cool.
Yeah, it was very unnecessary.
Sometimes I wonder. Let's just say for the next 20 years, the roles are reversed. Like the roles were for 400 years, we just want 40.
That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, just hypothetical. Just wake up one day like, oh, what? You mean to tell me? We get to just do stuff, and oh well, we get 12 people on the jury that look just like us, our same skin complexion. Oh yeah, not guilty. I mean, there are people in there filing their nails, doing everything they want to do, ain't even paying attention. You already know what's gonna happen.
All you do when you bring the Obamas up is remind people of what is currently missing from the White House. Okay, see, the Obamas set a standard for decency and class and poise and intelligence in the White House. Okay, that no longer exists now. All right, you didn't have to agree with the Obamas politically to recognize that they were a masterclass in dignity. All right, truly grace under fire. Now that bar is in hell. Okay, Satan and his demons use that bar to limbo. They got that bar down there and they cha-cha sliding to it. You hear me? How low can they go? Can they go down low all the way to the floor? How low can they go? Can they bring it to the top? No, they can't. Okay, the bottom is their ceiling. And people like Josh Hokit remind us of that every chance they get. See, this event was supposed to be celebrating the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. Okay, the Declaration of Independence asserts that all people are created equal and possess unalienable rights, okay, including life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. This was a reminder that Josh Hokit and people like Josh Hokit don't look at black people as equal, okay?
Michelle Obama is a man. Am I right, America? Ladies and gentlemen.
Josh Hokit is a racist pig. Let's be honest about what this is. When mediocre men run out of talent, their playbook is bigotry. When they can't command respect, they chase attention. When they have nothing intelligent to say, they go after a black woman. It's the same tired, racist garbage that has been thrown at black women for generations. Michelle Obama has spent her life achieving things that Josh Hokit will never touch. Princeton, Harvard Law School, First Lady of the United States, best-selling author, global influence, worldwide respect. Meanwhile, Josh Hockett is making headlines because he insulted Michelle Obama. The closest Josh ever got to the 49ers roster was standing next to it. He talks like a franchise player and played like a free trial. One person is known for a lifetime of accomplishments. The other is known for a cheap insult. Josh's NFL career was basically a guest appearance. He spent more time introducing himself than opposing teams spent scouting him. Meanwhile, Michelle Obama will be remembered throughout history. Josh Hockett will be forgotten by next week. And let's talk about this obsession with Michelle Obama. For nearly 2 decades, right-wing personalities, conspiracy theorists, and internet trolls have been fixated on her body, her appearance, her height, her arms, her voice, and now whether she's secretly a man. Why? Because some people can't process the fact that a tall, athletic, intelligent, successful black woman exists without trying to reduce her. They see strength in a black woman and immediately try to masculinize her. Klanservatives have spent more time thinking about Michelle Obama's body than most people spend thinking about their spouse. It's weird. It's creepy. History will remember Michelle Obama. Josh Hockett will be remembered as just another loudmouth racist. Living proof that having confidence and having intelligence are not the same thing. He is a landfill of arrogance, ignorance, and audacity. The only thing he secured in San Francisco was a parking ticket. What a pathetic legacy. And that's The Read. If you like your tea hot, share it, save your seat, and follow for more. This is the Notorious JTB, notoriously opinionated, signing out.
I want to pose a question to the man who thought it was cool to stand in front of a crowd and disparage Michelle Obama, and to anyone in the audience who laughed when they should have been embarrassed. Let me ask you this. Do you think you could ever do what she's done? Could you graduate from Princeton University? Not just attend, graduate. Could you earn a law degree from Harvard? Could you build a successful career as an attorney? Could you launch initiatives that encouraged healthier lifestyles for millions of children? Could you write a best-selling book, fill arenas with people who want to hear you speak and inspire young women around the world? Could you do that? Could you do any of that? See, it's just so weird to me that after that guy's peak performance, the first thing he thought about is the first lady from 10 years ago having a penis. That's weird. See, for years, people have mocked her looks, questioned her femininity, spread ugly rumors, called her names. Yeah, I can't remember a single time she ever lowered herself to their level. Instead, you know what she did? She gave us one of the most famous responses to hate ever spoken. What she say? She said, when they go low, we go high. Think about that. Now let's play your game for a moment, okay? Let's make an imaginary woman. Let's make her blonde. I know you like that. Let's give her blue eyes. Let's make her skin alabaster white. Let's change every feature until she perfectly matches your personal definition of beauty. And then let's give this imaginary woman all of Michelle's accomplishments. So here's my question to you, boo. Do you honestly think you'd have a chance with a woman like that? Do you in your wildest dreams think you could pull that? A woman who's brilliant, accomplished, educated, influential, interesting, successful. A woman with dignity and grace. A woman admired by millions across the globe. Do you think that any woman of that caliber would give you the time of day? Do you really believe she would? Do you really believe she'd find anything interesting about you, anything at all? And if you say yes, you're delusional, right? Not because of politics either, not because of race, because of caliber. Because a woman who has built something real, who has actually done something with her life, is not attracted to a small man like you. They are not drawn to men whose greatest accomplishment is a post-fight insult on a borrowed microphone. And the truth is, insults like this, they rarely tell us anything about the person being targeted. Very rarely. But they tell us everything about the person that's throwing out the insult. See, you can dislike someone's politics, okay? You can disagree with their opinion. That's fair game. But when your best argument is to attack a woman's appearance, her body, or her gender, baby, you've already lost, okay? And while some people spend their lives trying to tear her down, Michelle Obama keeps doing what she's always done. Baby, she's just rising up above it, going high. See, women like Michelle Obama don't spend their energy on people who aren't in their league. And that's probably why she'll be remembered long after the names of men and women, too, who insulted her are completely forgotten. I said what I said.
Michelle Obama will always be a threat to white supremacy. Do you know what white supremacists hate more than a successful black man? They have a strong hate for successful black women, especially an Ivy League educated, successful black woman that is standing in all her grace, standing in all her glory, standing in all her excellence. The fact that she was able to beat the odds intentionally set against her to become the woman that she is today, she will always be a threat to America. That is why they are always coming for her looks. And it's so unfortunate that just because this lady's husband was the first black president of America over 10 years ago, we're talking 3 terms ago. 3 terms ago, this lady, she minds her business. She does not bother anybody. She does her thing, her books, her podcast, literally so graceful, so respectful, just classy. You know, Trump can't relate. And the fact that she, specifically her, not even her husband, she is always at the forefront of these people's minds, because how dare she? How dare she beat the odds, and how dare she be successful? She is a black woman. She was only meant to be a nanny, a caretaker, and a baby mule. That is how they see black women. They have never humanized black women in America. That is why you always say, that's why we always see that they say it's the white man, it's the white woman, then it's the black man, and then it's the black woman. And the black woman is only meant to carry the burden of the rest of the group. How dare a black woman break away from that and make something of herself and do it gracefully? That is why they're upset, and that is why they're always coming for her looks.
Last night, this dude, Josh Hokett, he won his heavyweight cage fight at the White House. And in this post-cage fight interview with podcaster Joe Rogan, this dude decides to take his 30 seconds of fame and yell into the mic. I hate to repeat this, but I'm going to do it because you need to hear it. Michelle Obama is a man. Am I right, America? This is a calculated moment meant to rivet, shock, and stir up controversy. It is designed to get this dude's name into all the headlines, which it did. So let's talk for a minute about why that sentence holds so much impact. It's actually doing 3 jobs at the same time. First off, it's racist. That whole black woman is mannish thing, that's as old as time, and it's a load of crap. It's transphobic because, according to that guy, the worst thing you can say about a woman is that she looks like a man. And finally, it is misogynistic because it was never intended to be only about Michelle Obama. The message is to every woman watching. If you become too powerful, too tall, too good, too impactful, we're going to bring you down. The UFC fight was enough to get my blood boiling, happening on the White House lawn. But this sends everything just over the edge. Just think for a minute about all the young boys and young men watching this and getting empowered and learning how to talk about and how to treat women from this buffoon. And then think about all the young girls and young women watching it who are being trained to make themselves smaller, quieter, less impactful, so they don't piss off buffoons like that. I'm Kristen Bear. I'm an author. I write about pissed off women. This kind of thing needs to be talked about out loud again and again. Because if we don't, they get the power. They keep the power. So if, like me, this is one of the million things the patriarchy does to piss us off, follow along. There's lots more.
The reason why these people keep talking about the Obama family is because the minute that black man walked up in the White House with his black wife and his black daughters and brought in his black dog, don't get it twisted, Bo is very much black. Don't disrespect Bo. You know what I'm saying? The minute they walked up in the White House was the minute that they brought down the false reality that white man is the pinnacle of power and is the only person that can hold that power. And this really hit them where it hurts because a lot of white people, specifically white men, attach themselves to exceptional white people, even if they have nothing to offer to the world, even if they're at the bottom of society. They cling to the exceptional white people that they see above them because they feel like since they're white, maybe one day if they just work hard enough and they wait long enough and they're patient, they'll be able to get into a position of power in some way, shape, or form. And seeing a black man attain something that they know deep down they will never be able to have really discombobulated a bunch of these people and just like brought down their false reality of the world as they saw it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them have not recovered, and that's why you see them still talking about the Obamas even like a decade past time they've been in the White House. Absolutely ridiculous.
Do not excuse Josh Hokett calling Michelle Obama a man because he's just playing a character. I am tired of MMA fans just giving these fighters passes because they're just trying to sell the fight and it's just promotion. Y'all have to realize that words have meanings and that it gets to a point where y'all have to stop creating this false dichotomy of it's either they say the most bigoted stuff to promote a fight or they don't get any promotion at all. There's clearly options other than those two. I want to say to the general public whose first time seeing MMA was Josh Hokett calling Michelle Obama a man, not all of us feel this way. Not all of us support that. Like, I disavow Josh Hokett because he's a transphobe, and it's not even the first time he's called Michelle Obama a man, actually, because Josh Hokett on the regional scene, after his fight with Eric Lunsford, called Michelle Obama a man in his post-fight speech, and even after he beat Denzel Freeman in the UFC, he called Brittany Griner a man. 2 black women, by the way, and this is the thing. A lot of MMA creators, fans, y'all don't take insults towards black women serious. Black women are like the verbal punching bags of the world, and y'all don't take it serious. And then here's the thing I'm going to leave y'all with. A lot of you, when you say that a fighter is just playing a character and they're just trying to sell the fight, you are defending grifting. Because imagine if I got on this platform and I just started saying, let's round up all white, straight Christian men and let's get them out the country. Let's all round them up. They have no place in America. But I don't actually believe this, but I'm just doing it for money. You guys would feel in danger and you guys would feel some type of way. When I sell you on a fight, when I'm selling you on something, even if I don't believe it, I'm selling you on it because I want you to think that it's real. I want an actual reaction. If I'm trying to scam someone, I don't tell them it's a scam. I sell it to them as if it's real. And here's the thing. There's people who like Josh Hokett because he says the stuff that he says. When he compares trans people to predators, when he's out here. In fact, I'm even tell you this. If it's so much of a character, why couldn't he say everyone in that room, everybody in the White House was on the Jeffrey client list? You know why? Because you know what you're saying is full of it.
Michelle Obama is a man. That was said on the White House lawn yesterday. Yesterday, which was Trump's 80th birthday. But you had the time to say Michelle Obama is a man. I think we all can agree Michelle Obama is a man. America's 250. That's what this hoorah big circus act on the White House South Lawn was supposed to be about. America's 250. But your obsession, these racist obsession with the Obamas, it has to be studied. Mind you, Bush had the lowest approval rate before Trump. Obama, approval rate, bam. Everybody loved him. The obsession is real. You couldn't tell your fearless leader, happy 80th. You had to assault the former First Lady. Insult. by calling her a man on the White House South Lawn. Her stomping grounds. Her old crib.
So people are angry because of a UFC fighter, Josh Hogan, calling Michelle Obama a man on live TV in front of millions and millions of people. And I just don't understand why y'all mad. You guys sit here and pretend with these fake ass outrage cries that, oh my God, they called her a man, it's so unpatriotic, have some decency, have some type of quorum, please. That is just outright the worst thing. You're talking about the same people that sat here and celebrated Charlie Kirk getting assassinated in the neck. You're talking about the same people who acted it out with their neck with the action of Charlie Kirk being killed in front of his children. Are you talking about decency when you have Platner, who is literally running with a fucking Nazi tattoo on his chest, and you guys say, you know what, we're in the biggest threat ever, so sometimes you just gotta go along with it. A person that is completely outright showing you he's bigoted, you guys got behind.
Hello brothers and sisters, how are you doing? I'm hoping that you are doing great from wherever you're watching this video from. Now, this person is now apologizing. He's apologizing because he starts realizing that he might end up behind the bars for what seemingly he said, that he said it lightly. But hey, I want to know your opinion in regards to this. What do you really have to say about this? Because for me, honestly, I feel like this is crazy. But anyway, I'm going through what people said and people talked about this. Somebody commented by saying it's a piece of something. What he said was not just disrespectful, as well as just stupid. And we all know Trump was thrilled that he said it. It is really sad that this is happening. Somebody said that Melania sued the newspaper out of business. They apologized and Melania will not accept the apology. Melania wanted money. It's crazy. Get him hurt. Get him where it's gonna really hurt, in his pockets. Right? Somebody say that the depravity of someone who defends their hate by blaming their victim for being too sensitive. America has reached a new low to allow this to happen on their White House lawn in the presence of their American president. Really crazy. And we all know that President Donald Trump had this. Low, the lowest. Be ashamed, America. Right? Somebody say that I will vote for her in a heartbeat. I'm 70 and white, male disabled veteran, and I believe she is one of the very few persons around politics that will be trustworthy enough to bring America back and moving forward a more perfect union. That is MAGA, Mindful America, Grateful Again. Oh, that's great. Mindful America, Grateful Again. Sincerely. God bless America. You know, we are seeing the level of craziness that is happening in the United States. And sometimes people think that, you know, we just talk about these things, but you are getting to see the reality and the nature of these people, how they are really raged when they see black excellence, when they see black people that are doing well in life. And somehow this makes them feel, you know, raged. This makes them feel sad. And it is really, really a bad experience now that this is something which is happening, right? It is really crazy. To call a first lady and insult her in a public space in front of everyone. Then when you're asked, you come out and say that it was just all for, you know, for fun and everything. Somebody say that Orchid should never have Michelle Obama's name in his mouth. She had nothing to do with the UFC. He can joke with other fighters or Dana White, but don't bring other people into your mouth. It's like us bringing his mom, who definitely didn't teach him respect, into our mouths. It's really, really crazy. This is the last comment that I'm going to be reading. To step on the White House front lawn and disgrace a previous president's wife is disrespectful at the horrific level. Then, there are no following up statements from the White House. This is a racist presidential tide we are presented. And so please let me know what you'll think about this, right? As you know, I'm your host and presenter Ethnic Stories, but until then, let me see you in my next video. Peace, love, and harmony. Salute.